prärievargarna att breda ut sig. Och nu koloniserar de till och med USAs största stad.
A wily coyote in Central Park had led animal control officers on a wild goose chase that lasted 20 hours.
Police caught a wayward coyote Thursday after it was spotted wandering the streets of Lower Manhattan. This marks the fourth coyote sighting over the last few weeks.
Prärievargarna har trängt in i stadens djungel och deras möten med människor slutar sällan bra.
There are a lot of corridors leading into this part of the Bronx from the rest of New York State. We're walking on the old Putnam train line. It offers a great opportunity for coyote to commute into the city.
Men alla prärievargarna i stadens parker är inte pendlare.
We know for a fact that the coyotes living here in Van Cortlandt Park are residents here. They're not just passing through, they're not just commuters. They actually give birth and raise young in the park.
Bronx egna prärievargar håller sig undan, men de lämnar spår efter sig.
I can see some people tracks and it looks like there's a print right there. There's no doubt about the fact that that is coyote scat. I mean, there would be nothing else here that would eat a white-tailed deer. Nothing.
And there's no other mammal in this park that has that color fur.
It's just that the fur is not digested, and so it gets passed out with the scat. There's over 1 million people living in the Bronx, and most of those million people don't think about any wildlife in New York City, especially not a top predator like a coyote.
Prärievargar kan verka malplacerade i storstan, men det är inte alls förvånande att de finns här.
New York City is a perfect place for coyotes. We have plenty of places for them to hide, plenty of places for them to live. They'll prey on and eat just about anything, and there's a lot of anything here.
Prärievargar sida vid sida med 8 miljoner människor. Det är en speciell situation. Men någon anledning till oro finns det inte, säger Sarah.
The risk is very minimal. If we were going to caution people to be careful, it would be to be careful of the dog living next door and not the coyotes in the park.
New York-borna får kanske däremot ändra lite på sina vanor.
People like to feed wildlife. It's not a good idea. When wildlife become dependent on people for food or even think that people have food, they're much more likely to approach and you're much more likely to get bit.
Att få folk att sluta mata prärievargar kan vara ett sätt att undvika angrepp. Men i takt med att de flyttat till stan har incidenterna blivit fler. Och vid 2 tillfällen har angreppen haft dödlig utgång. Och när allt fler prärievargar lär sig leva i städerna ökar riskerna. En forskare försöker att snabbt hitta ett sätt att hejda uppgången. På jordbruksministeriets forskningsstation i Utah tror Julie Young att problemet med prärievargar snarare beror på oss.
We have a lot of reports of people feeding coyotes in urban settings. A lot of it's unintentional. You just have a compost pile that's not closed in, or you leave out your dog food overnight. Coyotes get used to being fed, and if it's fed by a human, they're going to probably start approaching that human at closer distances. Coyote may bite or just act aggressive towards that human. And so it's not a good idea to feed coyotes.
För att få veta hur prärievargar reagerar på att matas av människor måste Judy bryta mot reglerna.
So I have some mink food here, which is just the food that we feed the coyotes all the time. I'm trying to feed the coyotes and really make sure that it's up close so they understand it's me feeding them. So we're just trying to mimic what happens in urban environments. Get it, get it, get it. A lot of coyotes, after being fed, they associate the human with the food, and so they come close. Go get it, get it, get it. All right, so now at least I know they both understand that I'm a human feeding them.
Sen mäter hon hur aggressiva prärievargarna blir när hon inte har någon mer mat att ge dem.
If a coyote's getting fed at a certain location, whether it's intentional or unintentional, it's going to start to continue to come back looking for food. I mean, you see these coyotes come right up to me. The more humans and coyotes are in the same place, the more likely there is to be a negative interaction at some point, even if that coyote may not have a history of aggression.
För att åter få dem att vara skygga testar Julie några slags skrämseltaktik.
Right now, humans in urban environments are often being told to do things